welcome back to Modalities Movement Therapy. Today we are going to focus on a stronger core, better balance, and a foam roller challenge. So in the routine, you will need a foam roller and a soft reflex ball to release the myofascial tissue, incorporating breathing as usual, working mainly along the deep core line and integrating subtle shifts of balance to engage that deep core line. This will train your body's ability to find stability from deep within, layering in small arm and leg movements as we lie supine on the foam roller creates more instability, which will add another angle to improving core strength. It's not just about rolling, it's about tuning into your fascial network, feeling support and challenging your body mindfully. This will improve movement and strength. It'll hydrate and plump up the fascial tissue to help prevent injury. Let's get started in standing and take that soft reflex ball and you're going to roll the feet out. If you don't have a soft reflex ball, you can use a hard reflex ball, you can use a tennis ball. Let's take that ball and roll the entire sole of the foot out, nice and slowly. Apply a nice deep pressure and move slowly across the sole of the foot. Imagine you squeezing the toothpaste out of a tube. You want to stop and work mindfully, roll deeply to get deeper into that release. What we're now going to do is spread the toes out as much as you can. We want to try and get as much movement into the foot as possible. When you have got a grip on the ball, if you do, then you're going to pick the ball up. If you can't, then you're just going to spread the toes out and try and grip the ball as much as possible. Add that lift if you can. Do another 4 and 3, 2, and your last 1. Let's move the ball over to the other foot. Start on the big toe, work your way to the heel. Again, working mindfully and getting deep, not working too quickly. Think of that fascia as an elastic band. If you work too quickly, it just snaps back into place. You want to work slowly. You want to work deeply. Do another 4. 3, make sure you're right on the lateral side of the foot. 2, and now you're going to spread the toes out, open them up as much as you can, and then when you are ready, if you are ready, pick the ball up with the toes. See what's going on? But because we're balancing on the one foot, then you're going to just keep looking up, because it's much easier to engage your core muscles when your chin is lifted. When you're looking ahead, think of the posture. Finish off with 2 more. And your last one. You can just put the ball to the side. Now take your foam roller and bring it across the mat in front of you. Stand at the back of your mat. Breathing in, so remember to breathe in and out through the nose. Then we can activate that diaphragm. Breathe in slowly. Nice circle up, lengthen. And then as you exhale, roll down through the spine. Think about opening up each of the vertebrae, creating space that you can move into. Now you're going to drop down onto your hands and knees. The hands will come onto the foam roller, so it's the knife edge of the hands, and we're going to open up from the tailbone. So I want you to think of each movement, initiate from the tailbone and bounce your chest down to the mat. Breathe in here. On your exhalation, tuck from the tailbone and round your spine. Bounce your tailbone back towards your heels. Your fingertips are on the mat. Not on the mat, on the foam roller. And then you're going to arch the back, roll forward, look up, bounce and open up across the front line of the body, feeling a bit of release in the shoulders as well. Exhale and bounce back. We're just going to speed that movement up a bit. So open up and exhale. As you open up, you're creating space. Breathe into that space you're creating. Do another 4 and 3. 2 more. As you exhale, you're going to round the spine and just bounce back towards the heels. Okay. Let's take the foam roller. We're going to bring it under the belly button. So if this is not a comfortable position for you, if it makes you feel nauseous, then work without the foam roller, or you can take that soft reflex ball under the belly button. But this is a great way to release any tension in the lower back and activate the diaphragm with the breath. So relax your chest on the mat. Relax your forehead on your hands. Breathe in for 4 counts. As you breathe in, the lungs are expanding, pushing the diaphragm down. That's going to create movement around the waist, stretching into the lower back. As you exhale, just relax and let your belly button melt into the foam roller. Breathe in again. And exhale. 2 more. Breathing in. And the last one. And exhale. Come up onto the elbows. Work directly onto your skin if you want to. That way you can get a little bit deeper into the release. And we're going to hold on to the roller, slide your belly button from side to side. So this is a bit of a shearing motion. And think of the fascia not just in straight lines. We want to hydrate and plump it up. And we want to work in different angles to create more movement in the body. We're now going to lift up, bring the foam roller onto the front of the legs. So we're going to keep the elbows in front and roll over the knees if you can. If there is pain in the knees, just stay above the knees. Keep breathing. As you lengthen back, you're breathing in. As you pull yourself forward, exhale. Getting deeper into the release will just assist as well if you want to. If you find you're getting deep enough already, then stay where you are. Otherwise, you're going to grab hold of one foot, put those quadriceps, the front of the legs, into an extended position. So you will get a little bit deeper into the release. If there is a lot of tension, try and work through the tension. If it's just discomfort, any pain, just keep both legs extended on the foam roller. Let's move over to the other side. Grab hold of that foot. This is also challenging that balance a little bit. Make sure you're incorporating your breathing. Keep going, 4 more. And 3. Two. And your last one. And release. Come on to the hands and knees. Take the foam roller next to you on the floor. I'm just going to move my mat over slightly. Knife edge. Well, let's start off with the knife edge of the other hand. So you're taking the arm through and we're focusing on the back arm line. So you're going to look under that armpit. You're going to bend and lift the elbow up as much as possible, and little finger, that knife edge of the arm, onto the foam roller. You're going to look underneath, you're going to roll through and release. So as you go through, breathe in and exhale. Keep going, you're breathing in, breathe in, 4 more, and 3, 2, hold it in that position and just bounce a little bit. So take yourself a little bit further into that release. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you're going to release that arm. Keep the fingers pointing towards the foam roller. Now the front arm line. You're going to drop your shoulder. You want to lengthen right into the shoulder. Think of all those connections. So drop the shoulder and roll along the forearm. Exhale and tuck. So we're not just thinking about the arm. Think about your breathing as you drop down, you're inhaling. As you come into that rounded position, you're exhaling. Getting movement into the spine, lengthening into the arm. 4 to go. 3. 2 more. And your last 1. And exhale. You're going to hold it down and just bounce the shoulder. So try not to let the body move up and down. Now it's moving into the shoulder. You're not just isolating it. The more you drop the shoulder, the more you're going to feel the stretch over the front of the arm and into the chest. Finish off with 1 more. Staying on this side, you're going to lower onto your front. You're going to bring your knee up onto the foam roller. So this is a gecko position, and I'm keeping my hip square, the other hip that's on the mat, square to the mat. I'm going to curl the toes under, stay on the elbows, lift up into your plank position. If you don't want to do this, stay in that and stay on the supporting leg, but if you can, curl the toes under and lift up into your plank position. And now roll the entire length of that inner thigh. You can keep your foot on the roller or bring your foot on the mat or the floor next to the mat. And just nice and slowly again, working into that release. Once you've done 8, you're going to hold it with the foam roller right next to the groin. Push into the ball of your supporting foot now and relax your knee on the floor, and you're going to maneuver yourself forward and back. So like I said earlier when we were on the belly button, we're shearing up and down. So we're moving in different directions, hydrating and plumping up that fascial tissue. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Move yourself back a little bit, so you're bringing the foam roller at an angle. Now we're targeting the inside of the knee. Pain again. If you're feeling pain, bring the foam roller slightly higher up so you're not resting on that area. If you can, bring it right onto the knee. Rest the foot on the floor, and we're going to lengthen and bend that knee. So pain, you bring the roller up, a little bit of discomfort. Try and breathe and exhale. So you're breathing in on the extension and exhaling. And this will help ease you into the movement. Try relax the heel on the floor if you can. 4 more. And 3, 2, and your last one. Good. Back up onto your hands and knees. I'm just going to rotate around, and let's start with the arms. We can start with the opposite hand, knife edge of the hand, so working that back arm line. Remember to lift up that elbow as much as you can, so don't let it get in the way and drop the elbow. You want to open up here as well. Let's breathe in and exhale. Reach through. Keep going. Let's do another 4. 2 more. You're ready to hold it in that lengthened position and take it a little bit further. Bounce. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good. Release that hand onto the mat. Bring your thumb and the front arm line onto the foam roller. Let's drop the shoulder and roll along the forearm. Come into that rounded position. Let your breathing guide you. Breathe in and exhale. Four to go. Two more. And the last one. Hold it down and bounce your shoulder up and down for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Roller is underneath. Bring the inner thigh onto the roller. Or when I say underneath, I mean lower down. Bring the knee into the gecko position, resting the foot on the floor or on the foam roller. And let's roll along the inner thigh. So you can move a little bit into a rotation. So you do go into a side lying position as you make sure you get right from the knee all the way to the hip. Three more. You can use your hand just to guide that foam roller. And you're going to hold it. Now your supporting leg is square to the mat, and you're going to curl the toes under and just shear up and down. So you're going to move forward and back. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. From this position, bring the roller underneath the knee. You can angle the roller slightly, and then we're going to lengthen and bend and extend and bend. 5 to go. Breathing in and breathing out. 4 more. And 3, 2. Now hold it in that extended position using your hand. Guide the foam roller up and down. So all this time you're trying to keep your leg in line with your hip. If you do have a lot of tightness in the hip, you can keep it lower, but try and progress to lifting that knee up as you get more movement into the hips. Okay, we're going to come back onto the hands and knees. You're going to bring the foam roller between the legs. Hands under the shoulders. Spread the hands out. As you breathe in, you're going to arch your back. You're going to look up, get more movement into the head to activate the core muscles. As you exhale, squeeze the foam roller so you're activating the inner thighs, rounding the spine. You're coming into a concentric contraction. Use your head. If you want to, you stay in this position. If you can, don't curl the toes under, and squeezing the foam roller, lift it up off the mat and add a little bit of a bounce into that movement. That's your exhalation. Now you're opening up, you're creating space. Breathe into that space. As you exhale, squeeze, push, and tuck and bounce. If you're staying on the knees, then you're just going to focus on squeezing the foam roller. As you exhale, squeeze that foam roller. Push into the heels of the hands. That'll help you get into more of a rounded position and activate all the muscles in the front line of the body, or the deep core line as well. Breathe in and exhale and bounce. Breathing in. As you exhale, tack around. Keep going. Let's do 3 more. Breathing in, exhaling. Two more. The last one. Release the foam roller onto the mat, curl the toes under, push up into a pyramid or down dog position, and walk your feet up to your hands. You're coming into a seated position on the foam roller. Keep your reflex ball handy. We're going to use that in a minute. Firstly, we're going to release the glutes. So you take your hands behind you onto either side of the foam roller, cross your right ankle over your left knee, and try and round the spine as much as you can. So you're dropping the lower back onto the foam roller. If you need to stay like this, stay like this. Otherwise, drop onto your right arm, so the same side as the leg or the glutes that you're releasing, and just roll. So you can bring the lower back onto the foam roller a little bit more efficiently. 4 more. 3, 2. Another thing you can do, if your hips are very tight, just keep both feet on the mat and then just open up the knee slightly. Okay, come back up. Let's bring the hands again behind or on either side of the foam roller behind us, and massage over the left buttocks into the lower back. Drop the lower back onto the mat. If you need to stay on the hands, do so. Otherwise, drop onto your left elbow. It is going to challenge your balance a little bit more. And work slowly and mindfully into that release. 4 more. And 3, 2, and 1. Good. Come back to that seated position, challenging your balance. Sit nice and tall, extend your arms ahead of you. Breathe in this nice lifted position. Now start dropping 1 vertebra onto the mat at a time. If you need the assistance of your hands, use your hands to guide you down and lower onto the mat or onto the foam roller. Make sure that your head is supported on the foam roller. You don't want to take strain in the neck. Take your reflex ball. Let's open up the right arm, or whichever side you are working first. The palm is facing up, elbows in line with the shoulder. Reflex ball in the other hand, and we're going to massage over the pectoral muscles. So in this position, you're going to hug your spine with your shoulder blade. So you're opening up across the chest. This is great because it's opening up, nice postural position, because you support it on the foam roller, the spine's on the foam roller, and you can really open up across the front of the chest. 4 more. 3, 2. Let's get into the neck a little bit to release any tension there. So take your head and look away from the arm that's on the mat, and you're going to keep the ball in the opposite hand. There's a muscle along here that rotates the neck, the sternocleidomastoid muscle. If you're familiar with that, we're going to push into it and twist. It finishes just behind the ear. There's a little bony process there. You're going to work right up to that bony process
and push down. Once you get to the bony process, start moving down. It's like you're squeezing a lemon. You're pushing and twisting, pushing and twisting. If you do have a lot of tension, you just lighten the pressure, and then you can also bring the palm onto the ball and roll the ball around this area. Do another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, let's do the same thing to the other side. So starting off with your arm in line with the shoulder, palm facing up. Keep going. I'm just going to change over. Ball in opposite hand, elbow in line with the shoulder. I'm just going to move my microphone. And let's massage over the pectoral muscles, hugging the roller with the shoulder blade and massaging around this area. Do another 4, 3, 2, and 1. Rotating the head and working along that muscle that rotates the neck, pushing up right underneath or behind the ear, should I say. Push and twist and work your way down again. When you're ready, you're going to bring the palm onto the ball and massage the ball around the neck or wherever you're feeling tension. Give it a good release. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release the ball. Let's stretch. And have a nice big yawn. Yawning is a great way to release tension in the jaw that leads into the neck and into the shoulders. Bend the knees again, bring the feet flat, and just bounce the elbows up and down off the mat. If you can't reach the mat or the floor next to the mat, just take it as far as you can. Just try and progress a little bit each time you drop the elbows. In this position, we're going to arch the back now. We're going to breathe in. As we exhale, we're going to rotate. We're going to bring the palms down and you're pushing the lower back into your foam roller. Watch the movement with my chin. As I'm tucking into this rounded position, my chin is lifting, so I'm getting movement up the spine. As I breathe in, my chin is dropping. Again, the movement is up the spine. Exhale. If you want to take it a little bit further, challenge yourself more, you're going to run the feet. So use the hands a little bit for stability, but try and focus more on those core muscles. Breathe in and exhale. 6 to go. Let's breathe in and exhale. Four more. And 3. Any strain in the lower back, if you find the lower back coming off the roller, just keep the feet on the mat. Otherwise, you can alternate one foot and then the other foot. Finish off with one more. And exhale. And run the feet out. Okay, bring your feet together. 2 options here. Lift the right foot, keep the left foot on the mat. Your right arm, you're going to extend it and try and challenge yourself. If your stabilizers are not cooperating, stay on the elbow. Otherwise, keep your fingertips on the floor next to the mat, so you're opening up that arm. Take the left hand, point it up to the ceiling. We're going to breathe in here. Make sure throughout the next set of exercises, your lower back stays in the roller.
If you find your lower back is lifting, then don't drop your leg as much. So it's a nice controlled movement. If you can challenge yourself a little bit more, lift your left foot up off the mat. And we're going to breathe in and exhale. Let's do another 7. Breathing in and exhale. Remember, you have a few options here. If you need to bring the elbow onto the mat or the foot onto the mat, then do so. Do another 4. Let your breath guide you. Exhale as you come up, nice and slowly. The slower you go, the more you're going to challenge yourself. 2 more. The last one. And exhale. So now the knee is staying bent. We're opening the arm and the leg out to the side. Breathing in as you open up and exhaling as you come back. Here you go for 3. And 4. 4 more. And 3. Last 2. And 1 more. Now we're going to combine the 2 movements and add a chest lift. But make sure you're not taking any strain in the neck. If you are taking strain in the neck, keep your head on the foam roller. We're going to breathe in, lengthen out. Now you're going to extend your arm, circle the arm around to the toes. So reach, come into that chest lift if you can, otherwise you're going to stay with your head on the roller. You're going to breathe in and then bring the arm back. Let's breathe in. As you exhale into that chest lift, circle the arm, breathe in and exhale. Here's your 3rd one, breathing in and exhale. For 4. 4 to go. And 3. 2 more. For the last one. And bring the arm down. Those fingertips on the mat or the forearm next to the mat, otherwise the elbow on the mat. Starting off, extend the right arm and the left leg is the one that's extending. Breathing in and exhale. If you need to, you keep your foot on the mat. Add a little bit more of a challenge by lifting it. Here we go for 3. Breathe in for 4. 4 to go. And 3. 2 more. And the last one. And exhale. Taking the arm and the leg out to the side and exhaling for 2. Four more. And 3. 2 to go. And the last one. Okay, let's move into that extended position again and lift up, rolling or circling the arm next to the body. Keep the head on the roller if you need to. Exhale here, inhale. Adding this dimension, if you need to keep the other foot on the mat, then do that. As well as that arm. If you need a little bit more stability, keep the elbow on the mat as well. So play around with the positions. Keep going. We're going to do 4 more. And 3. Last 2. And 1 more. Let's just give it a release. Lengthen the legs out. Have a nice big yawn. Stretch the arms up next to the ears. And lengthen. Bring the feet flat onto the mat. Up across the hands and the arms onto the opposite shoulder hands. And just tucking the pelvis under. Push the lower back into the roller. And just move the roller to one side of the spine. This will give the lower back a little bit of attention and the shoulder blade as well. 4 more. And 3, 2, and 1. Come over to the other side and massage. 2, and 1. Coming back to the center. You're going to use both arms for stability. Your thumbs are pointing up, your little fingers are on the mat. So we're engaging the back arm line, and think not just about the little fingers, think about squeezing and hugging the roller with the shoulder blades. So you're activating the back arm lines. Bring one knee up over the hip and the other knee up over the hip. Extend the feet up to the ceiling, flex the feet so the soles of the feet are parallel to the ceiling. We're going to rotate the feet out and you're going to bounce into this open position. So take it as far as you can. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now bring the heels together. Rotate the toes and the heels are leading the way. Let's come in and breathing in, opening up. Exhale and inhale. If you want to challenge yourself a little bit more, fingertips on the floor next to the roller. Breathing in and out. 4 more. And 3. Last 2. And 1. Holding it in the center, heels together. Just bend and extend the knees a few times. 4 to go. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bend the knees. Release one foot, release the other foot. Lengthen, stretch, and yawn again. Nice and big. No one's watching. Just release any tension in the jaw. Keep the arms next to the ears, feet flat, knees bent. You're breathing in. On your exhalation, use your hands if you need to and come into that lifted position, tucking the chin to the chest. Now, with your core strength, you're going to roll yourself up off the foam roller. Sitting on the end of the foam roller, extend your arms forward and you're going to come into a lifted position and bring that foam roller in front of you. Okay, let's have a drink of water. Just make sure you're hydrating yourself as much as possible. We're massaging quite a bit with the foam roller, so you might, if you do have a buildup of any toxins in the body, drinking lots of water will help flush those toxins out. So if you have a slight headache, it might be because of any detoxing. Just make sure you flush it out with water. Okay, so facing the foam roller, Let's start with the right foot. You're going to rotate the right foot, so in a turned out position, and you're going to come into a curtsy lunge. So if I look at the position, my knee is in line with my heel and my knee is in line with my foot behind. So you're going to open yourself up here. Use the foam roller for stability if you need to. Like we said in the beginning, looking up is going to help you engage your core muscles a little bit more easily, and we're going to bounce in this position. So either hands on the foam roller. If you can, I'd like you to take the same arm as that back leg, reach it up and over next to the ear, holding onto it with the opposite hand. You're going to bounce onto the wrist. You're going to bounce into this rotation. So twisting the body into a spiral movement. 4 more, 3, 2, and 1. Open yourself up again. Now we're going to bring that back knee and we're going to tap the foot into a lifted side position. So I'm going to give you 3 options. Use the same arm as the back leg and you're going to come up. So we're lunging and lifting, lunging and lifting. If you can, lunge, bring the knee up. So we're challenging our balance a little bit more. Use the foam roller if you need to. So it's lunge and lift. Here we go for 2 and 3. 2 options there, tapping or lifting. So we're coming into an inward hip rotation with that lifted leg. 4 to go. 3, 2, and 1. Hold it in the lifted position. Rotate the foot, so external hip rotation, internal hip rotation, and back into that curtsy lunge. So we're going to do that 8 times. It's 1, it's 2, it's 3, and curtsy. 1, 2, 3, back to curtsy. 3, 2, 3. 4 more. If you're there, you just keep going in this position. Otherwise, you come and lift, rotate, rotate, and back. Let's do another 2. You're going to hold it in that curtsy position again. This time we're going to rotate the body. The arm is in front of the body. Hold onto the wrist again, and you can just lift the arm up and down in line with the shoulder. So we're twisting this way. 4, 3, 2, and hold it there. Let's take it a little bit further. Bounce into that rotation and release. Okay, maybe give the hips a little wiggle. And let's do the same thing to the other side. So hopefully that brought your heart rate up a little bit. Left foot rotating towards the foam roller. Arm next to the ear, hold on to the wrist. Let's lift up and out of the hip, up and out of the waist, and bounce for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Open up again. Okay, the 2 options. Either we tap and lunge, or we knee up and lunge. Here we go for 8 and 7. Use the foam roller if you need to. If you need something with a little bit more stability, you can hold on to a chair. 4 more. And 3. Whoops. There we go. 2. And continue moving. You lifting, rotating, knee and lunge. Knee, toes, knee and lunge. Otherwise you're tapping and tapping. Keep going. 4 more. And 3. Last 2. And 1 more. Hold it in this lunge. Take the arm across the body hold onto the wrist, and bouncing into the lunge and the rotation at the same time. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And release. Shake everything out. Wiggle the hips a little bit from side to side. Let's breathe in. Circle the arms up. Tuck the chin to the chest. Roll yourself down. Hang out there. And just breathe. So as you breathe, you should feel the breath lifting you slightly as you inhale, and as you exhale, lowering down slightly. So you can see how breathing helps create movement. Your next inhalation, you're going to breathe in and uncurl through the spine. As you come up, circle the shoulders up and back. Let's swing the arms around the body and shake everything out. One last deep breath in, palms together, and exhale. And well done. Thank you very much for joining me. Remember, movement is key, and if you don't use it, well, you lose it.